Yo, 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 it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about why semen retention will make you superior. Seed retention will make you superior. It'll make you superior. And when I say superior, I just mean more like you're becoming someone who is not as turned off by small things. You tolerate. You're someone who isn't put off by the smallest things. You're not petty. This is a very powerful skill to have, because if you're not petty, you have the tolerance to withstand some things, that you have patience basically. And this may make you superior, because people who like to get angry at small things and are easy to get angry, they're just not going to last in certain situations, because they don't have any patience. But when you've been on retention, because since retention is a skill in itself, retention is a skill in itself. So if you're able to do that, then you can pretty much do anything. This is how you have to look at it. You'll start becoming more superior. It's a good thing. These are the things that are good for you. Your natural default state is one of positivity, masculinity, maybe alphaness, and someone who's very happy with life. You're not backing down to any challenge. You have fight in you. You're not just waving the white flag as soon as things may seem like it's hard. You actually have fight in you. You actually might be able to persevere. You actually might be able to find something out. You put two and two together. Think a bit deeper. Have some critical thinking skills. All of these things become more connected when you go on retention. You're going to become connected with higher source, spiritual insight, wisdom. Seed retention plus meditation is the cheat code, and prayer is the cheat code, because now you're not thinking like the three-dimensional human that you are. You're thinking more in the spiritual realm. You're thinking more about you're thinking more in terms of infinite abundance. This is what you'll start thinking about, or how you'll start thinking. You're not as three-dimensional as your body tells you. You're one with the spiritual realm. You have a close connection to the Most High, so you're becoming more superior. But just based on how you speak, what you talk about, what you tolerate, and what you pay attention to. This is the bottom line. You're living in a different reality. I heard someone say that we're all living in billions of different realities. One reality may not be the same as the other reality. So you can't let what other people think sway you or influence you as much, because they're living a totally different reality. This is the bottom line. Their reality is based off all their decisions, all their beliefs, and all the actions that they've taken in life. So if you want a different reality than somebody else, you're going to have to take different actions. You're going to have to believe in something different, and you're going to have different habits to have a different reality. This is the bottom line. There is a law of cause and effect. You do a certain specific thing, you make a decision, you do a specific thing, and then there's some sort of effect that happens, or some sort of thing that happens because of the decision that you made. So if you want a better life, you're going to have to make better decisions. This is what it comes down to. You're going to be superior in the way you think. The problems that show up in your life, you're going to have more patience to solve them. You're not going to give up so quickly. You're going to have patience. You're going to have faith. You're going to be very divine in the way you think. Albert Einstein said you can't solve a problem with the same set of consciousness that created the problem. This is the bottom line. This is the deciding factor. You're going to be living in a different state of mind when you go on retention, and this is the best thing you can do for yourself. This is the best thing you can do for yourself. It's the best thing you can do for yourself. So retain to change your mindset. Retain to start critically thinking. Retain to think harder. Retain to be more in depth. Retain to become more creative. Retain to change your life. People who don't on retention are not changing their life. Their lives are completely as if it's a revolving door, never really making any changes that they really want. Never making the real changes that they really want to get the best outcome possible. They're willing to settle. The desires that you have exist. There is a reality that exists. You just have to tap into it. You just have to believe in it. You just have to create it. So when you go on retention, you're going to just be better in the way you think, better in the way you act, more positive. Allow synchronicities to show up in your life. Be maybe a bit more aggressive, which may be a good thing at times, and just be more masculine. And people will pick up on these masculine behaviors that you're starting to pick up on. This is pretty much what happens. So retain to change your life, or relapse to stay the same. You either retain to change your life, or you relapse to stay the same. It's up to you. If you abstain from PMO for let's give it even six weeks, you're gonna notice the quality of your life is gonna be night and day. You're gonna realize that the same way that you act when you're off maybe alcohol or drugs or anything like that, you're going to live like that, but it's going to be natural. You're going to be high off life, as they like to call it. And if you want to live high off life, this is the first step. It's the first step. So retain to become superior in your way of thinking. You're going to have all these beliefs that you picked up on, and things are going to be better for you. You're actually going to entertain possibilities. You're not going to just shut things down just because you're not used to it. Like, people will rather live a foreign misery than a familiar happiness. Or people will rather live in familiar misery than a foreign happiness. Think about how crazy that is. They'd rather live in a state of things that they're not satisfied with than make it a change to live in happiness, in eventual happiness. So the choice is up to you. The choice is up to you. Retain to gain, bust to stay the same. With all this being said, there might be some sort of app that you can download called Blocker X, maybe down in the description. I may include it or I may not include it. It really depends. But if that's something that you guys want to see, we could definitely do that. With that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.